is how we start September, with Audre Lorde, a candle, and a bubble bath.
Then we have dramatic music playing as the ritual happens.
Do you want to know how many minutes ago I was having books at that window taking pictures? I decided to get rid of this screen off it because I like it, and I kill the moths before they terrify my roommate most of the time. Yeah, and I don't find that there's that many bugs, even though there's like a screen back there. But yeah, I was putting them on the ledge and stuff because I think it's cute, and I was like holding it out, and then it started raining. It was thundering all last night too, so. It is September 2nd. I have started Before the Ever After, which is a book by Jacqueline Woodson. It came out yesterday, and I got it like right after midnight, which is really excited. I started it, and I was like really into it, and then I fell asleep, so haven't started again today. And I'm doing poetry. I'm trying to figure out how I blend my old poetry. This is probably really annoying. I probably should not be filming in front of this window, but you know. I'm trying to film like my old style, which is a little bit more angsty, with my more like modern, a little bit more hopeful, but I want to like not just throw away all my old stuff, so that's kind of part of me. It's a whole mess. So yeah, I feel a little bit more hopeful going into September. I haven't really sat down and filmed anything since June. There's been a few vlogs, assume like archived videos, but yeah, I think I might film today for the first time in like 2 months, which is always nerve-wracking, but here is the beginning of September, and rain is here. Fall, sweaters, tea, it's all in the house, and I love it. I think I might be too tired. Also, loud truck. I live near a roadway. So I'm just reading my poetry, and I'm just like reading it out loud. I'm like, my emotions. Look who just filmed her first video sitting down in months, even though it's in my vlog chair, so that I feel better, and I cursed you all with my voice. See, I wish that could be my background, but it never works out. I always end very washed out. So there's just a lot of tears. I really liked this. I really liked Before the Ever After. That many people probably would say that there isn't a concrete plot, but I love that. I love that it takes a story that doesn't have an end, as it acknowledges they, like the NFL and other sports leagues, didn't even acknowledge that CTE was a thing until 2016, and this book was published in 2020. So I like that CJ was 12 and that he was very emotional, and that his friends were good, and like they talked about stuff, and that like even in the end he's like, yeah, like, you know, maybe that's a kind of dream, to dream that through everything your friends, your boys got you. And I liked that. I liked how young his father was. So his father turned 35 during the book, which is about the age most people kind of start really experiencing CTE, because they start, you know, they probably played in high school, college, throughout, and like, yeah, even though they're 34, he's not okay. It's really, I think this might be the first book that I really read that dealt with someone's deteriorating health from something that they can't do. Like, I've read books that deal with cancer and stuff like that, but much younger, and not since I've gotten sick. And also it's different. It's not any less horrifying, but there's an element to not being able to get help, not being able, your illness not being acknowledged, and it being stigmatized, that is really personal to me. And like, I was talking to my caseworker today about, you know, I finally got put on medication for fibromyalgia, which probably won't do anything, but it could. And him being like, yeah, we can try, but like, you know, fibromyalgia isn't something that people often give diagnoses to, especially for people who are my age. So yeah, I was worried that it was going to end in suicide or something like that, which is very common for a lot of stories. Although I like that it didn't have a good ending, but it also didn't have a tragic ending. And this is a topic that needs to be talked about, especially for younger kids.
Because like I feel like most kids wouldn't be drawn to this, that like you should be informed about this when you're playing sports, when you're choosing to go into, if you're choosing or you're wanting to do into professional sports, especially contact sports. Like probably most people don't realize it's a thing, and even now, even when they're in the sports, they don't know. So I appreciate this, and yeah, overall I think it is a fabulous book that really hit me.
So as predictions go, I was totally right about All Adults Here. It's so dang good, and it's hilarious. So it's the mother and then her 3 children, and then there's like also, they're all adults. She's been widowed for 20 years. She's coming out to her family that she's bisexual, who she's been in a relation for like 3 years. Her one daughter is like pregnant through a sperm bank, and her granddaughter just showed up, and like there's narration from her too as well. It's more like character focused, and just like, you know, the weirdness. I love the fact that it just fully embraces different family dynamics, the dynamics that are there, the weird thing, the reality of it. It just, these characters feel like characters and they're fleshed out, and I love it. I also love the 13-year-old being like, I wish I lived in an Amish farm where I could wear clothes to my thing, or a burqa. Both of those options are great. It's so relatable. And now she's trying to comfort the husband of one of the people she disliked for 40 years who got suddenly killed. And she's just like talking about animals, and she's like, my husband had an animal in early life. I thought that it was character growth that I showed compassion when they died. Maybe I would have been a better mother if I had to let my kids have pets. I think that older adults with siblings are ridiculous. It's like watering water wings when you're swimming. I gave my children siblings for when they were children. I don't know. This is just exactly my kind of humor. And also, like, a lot of it is relatable, if not, like, completely, but, like, elements of it is like, oh yes, that's how people think or say or do things, or me, myself. And, I find this very refreshing. I need to read more books like this. There is a special kind of book which makes your face hurt. Like, especially here, it's just like the cheek. I had a word for it when I was talking about Una Out of Order, where like the books that make your face hurt. It's like emotional and happy all at the same time, and All Adults Here establishes. I don't know if it's a 5-star book, because I feel like I'm being too generously giving out 5 stars, but that's really the only reason why I want to say that, because otherwise it's so dang good. It's emotional, it's complex, it has so much nuance, it has so much family dynamics. I am in love. I really recommend it. It gets like through like so many very diverse subjects, and a lot of it is just like, you know, and it does what we think about and what we don't think about, and like the things, and I can't do it justice in like a few minute clip, but like it just has this ability to go through the many nuances in the way that we perceive life and how others perceive life and all of that. And because we have so many people's points of view, we see so many different things, and it's good. If you like looking at characters and you like looking at relationships, I really recommend this book. Also enjoy the fact that my makeup looks like I'm just crying. This is a makeup style you need. You have to end the year as it begins with breakfast at midnight, which is bacon with 2 forks for accident and chai tea in the same mug. Literally the exact way I began being 22. Now I'm 23, but we still have bacon at midnight because it's the best tradition. Hello, so it is my birthday, which is always exciting. I love it. My grandmother gave me a sweater I do not hate. I have curry cooking. I have a hot pad because it's been a long day. I'm in pain, but I have a brief moment alone. I have 2 or 3 friends coming over, all in my circle, and we're gonna have some wine, some curry, but right now I'm reading poetry because I like the quiet moments as well to celebrate. And Audre Lorde has, I don't know, I think she's just one of my favorite poets to begin with, but I want to read this poem, and this is what I was like, this is kind of a bottom tier Audre Lorde, which means you know the rest of her poems are really good, and it's called If You Come Softly. If you come softly as wind within the trees, you may hear what I hear,
see what sorrow sees. If you come as lightly as threading dew, I will take you gladly, nor ask more of you. You may sit beside me, silent as a breath. Only those who stay dead shall remember death. And if you come, I will be silent, nor speak harsh words to you. I will not ask you why now, or how, or what you do. We shall sit here, softly, beneath two different years, and rich earth between us shall drink our tears. Aren't you in love? I hear people too, and it makes me excited.
Oh, hello! Our friend's lake, which is really, really pretty.
When fears are stilled, when striving cease, my comforter.
Now, that the sign of a truly great fan-freaking-tastic YouTuber is when you can see the phone recording. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know. So it's October 19th. It is way later than I ever expected. So pretty much this is how it went down. I read 3 books in the first 2 days of September. Before the Ever After, incredible. All adults here. Really, really great. You Should See Me in a Crown. Did not talk about it, but also excellent, and also had illness again in it. I felt so seen and wonderful. And then me going off pain meds kind of made me be in a lot of pain. And the new pain meds didn't really help me at first, which meant that I had about 6 weeks of pretty much constant pain and bedriddenness. It got progressively worse through the first week. So by the time my birthday came back, which was September 9th, I was doing okay. I had started Dracula. It was wonderful. Dracula did not get done. The live show I aired on, but that's okay because learning to say, hey, I'm sick is self-care, and it's really necessary, and people are nice. Kate is amazing. She invited me back to do Hill House, which I'm so excited about, even though I ditched it. So yeah, self-care, ask people when you need stuff, it's important. And on note of Hill House, I also finished The Lottery. This took me a really long time, even though it's not very long. This is a collection of short stories by Shirley Jackson, who is incredible and like psychological, and like these all take place in mostly like domestic places. And if you know the understanding of The Lottery like I did before reading it, you'll know that it seems innocent, but there's this sinister eeriness underneath and unsettlingness. In the first one, the demon bride, the demon lover, so dang good. Like, it's eerie and wonderful and haunting, and then you read up more about it and you're just haunted more. Like, I think that like preface just comes back into my mind so many times, like in one day. So if you have a chance to read Shirley Jackson, do it. It is wonderful. Throughout the rest of the month, I did not do anything else of a physical book. I did read a bunch of comics, as in I read 4. I read some great Batman and great Joker ones, and I really liked them. Mostly. Did not love Batman Arkham, which I was disappointed in because it's a classic, but other than that, I enjoyed getting to know more of the lore and getting more into the Batman mythos, and it hit the right amount of, because I had so much pain, I couldn't really focus for long times because it's a visual aid, and I could easily put it down and pick it back up together. So I'm starting to feel a little bit better. The meds are starting to work on me again, and even though I live with daily pain, it does not have so much pain that is debilitating. So hopefully that means that, you know, my reading will start on. I read 2 books in October 18th, and before that I had not read anything in October, so hopefully it is going to be more reading going forward, but who knows, it'll probably be a lot of comic books and poetry because those allow for me to actually stimulate my brain when also dying of pain. Anyways, this is Cheery. Happy reading and writing. I will see you very shortly, and hopefully have a great day. Bye.